Sure.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unparalleled Comics. Something? I don't know if this is going to be do we need a show title?
Yeah. Update and
Update.
talking updates.
We are going to update everybody on what's going on with Operation Eclipse. We're going to talk about the Dragonfly comic that's coming out very soon, or coming to Kickstarter anyway. But it's in the progress is astounding how far we've gotten on this one already. Yeah, we'll just give you kind of an update. This is our first live sesh of the year. So it's me and Jay. Say hi, Jay.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
And now you people out there say hi to Jay. So how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm not doing bad. I'm doing all right. Still getting over the tight hamstrings, but it's getting better.
Them walks are like magic, aren't they?
Yeah, walking and stretching,
Mm-hmm.
doing some stretches, and remembering not to tuck my legs underneath my chair when I sit down.
Oh, God, I'm doing that right now. It's comfy.
Yeah, I know, and I got a bad habit of doing that, and then I sit in my chair for 12 hours a day and with my legs tucked back, and that's what does it.
Yeah, I get that. I was during the beginning of the pandemic, I was just sitting on my butt the whole time, and not doing anything. And I started to freak out because my legs were cramping up. And my mother-in-law was like, "Hey, you probably need to get up off your butt and go walk around." I'm like, "That's a good idea. What a novel approach." So, so now that's what I'm doing. So that's why I said that to you. I was like, "Man, maybe go for a walk." What the heck? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm just sharing the video on my personal page right now, and we'd love it if you guys could share, hit the subscribe button if you're watching via the YouTube. Help build the channel up a little bit, as we're going to do live streams like this once in a while. I think this upcoming week we're going to do one with the writer of Dragonfly.
Yep, that's correct. Brian Hawkins will be joining us next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 Central.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's going to be exciting. We'll talk to him about his process and maybe try to squeeze some of the ideas out of his brain. He's also the writer for the current Stellar Odyssey run that's going with issue 3 coming this year. Issue 2 is out and on its way. There have been some shipping delays that we've noticed, even with Operation Eclipse. Like, for instance, a friend of mine, Seth Miller, he backed Operation Eclipse and got a custom commission from Jay, and it was Freddie, and it was really well done. Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. And anyway, Jay sent it out early December, right?
Yeah, like December 5th.
Yeah. And Seth just got it like a week ago, so there's some issues with USPS, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, that was the holiday season. Everyone's ordering gifts offline and whatnot, and
right.
They've been slowed down anyways with whatever they had going on, all the changes that were recently made. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how long it's been taking. So hopefully that'll clear up soon. Also, I'm going to check into rates with FedEx and UPS because I can use them through my stamps.com as well.
Yeah. I mean, any way we can get everything out to people faster. Speaking of getting people out, getting people out now, getting comics out. We got a little bit of an update for Operation Eclipse. And I think since this is on YouTube, I think we're going to share the links for these videos with our backers, when we do updates and stuff. I think it's a good idea to keep them informed via video. Because sometimes it's just nice to see our winning faces.
Yeah.
So Operation Eclipse is still in progress. Really is turned in 13 of the 22 pages. We kind of hit a delay. It took a little bit. It seemed like it took a little longer to get the money from Kickstarter this time around. And
it took 2 weeks, but there was a holiday and a weekend in there, so it was like 18 days to get it. But
yuck. I had a cough drop in, and then it wasn't good. Anyway, yeah. Now Rolly's back to work. He's been back to work for a few weeks now and knocking out pages and doing a good job as usual. Yeah, I got excited
He's
today
on what?
driving downtown St. Louis.
Oh yeah, go ahead, tell
Yeah,
that.
and well, Jay's cover that he did, which was supposed to be, we tried to do an Indiegogo. I be honest with you, we kind of half-assed it, but we did an Indiegogo, and Jay did a special variant cover for the Indiegogo, which actually I'll pull it up.
All right.
But anyway, he did an Indiegogo, and if anybody who's been paying attention knows, Operation Eclipse takes place in St. Louis. And as we were driving by, actually my son pointed out, he's like, "Hey, that looks familiar." I'm looking, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's that green building over there. I'm looking, I'm like, "Oh, you mean the one with the green top?" He's like, yeah, isn't that in your comic? I'm like, I don't think it's in the comic. He's like, yeah, no, that picture, he's a picture, of course, that Jay did. I'm like, oh, you're talking about of Stinger jumping off the roof. He's like, yeah, that. And so here it is, this image here. So as we're driving downtown St. Louis, you can see what is that anyway? The thing that's right behind her. Is that the very top of that building?
It's like it's a double-sided sphinx. It's like there's a sphinx on both sides, and it's got the fleur-de-lis for St. Louis. A lot of cities use that have I guess some French origins, but
yeah.
So yeah, there's one. It's I think they connect in the middle, so it's a sphinx on both ends, and it's the front face, and then I guess their butts conjoin in the middle.
Gross.
It's like the Sphinx building, centipede.
Right, yeah. The building that is right over her right shoulder is the one Reynolds pointed out, and it was cool because we were able to kind of find the Sphinx building based on where that was, and it turns out that the courthouse, which we're using as Santiago Towers, the new courthouse, is just to the right of the Sphinx building, which I got overly excited. Took a picture of it, showed it to Jay. I was way too excited about that. But for good reason. It's seeing something that's in the comic in real life. It's really cool. But anyway, by the way, if you have any comments or questions, comments are open. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, hit the comment button. Let us know who's watching. Let us know if you have any questions about Operation Eclipse, Stellar Odyssey, or even the upcoming Dragonfly, which we'll be talking about here directly. As far as Operation Eclipse, is there anything else we need to that Willie's working on? He's working on 14 and 15 now. 14 is a splash page, so spoiler alert.
Oh, is it full? Okay, so he's on 14 and 15, which leaves 7 more pages after that. I talked to Avery today. He's
spoiler alert.
Spoiler. Right. I got Avery coloring Dragonfly page 5. I forgot that we didn't have that one colored yet, so that one will be colored in time for the Kickstarter. And as soon as he finishes that, he's going to pick up with page 6 of Eclipse and start catching up, running up behind Raleigh with colors.
That's exciting time. If you haven't seen on my personal Facebook page and on the Unparalleled page itself, there's a new page. But what page is that was you put up today?
For Dragonfly?
Yeah, it's just the pencils and inks of
the motorcycle guys. That is, I believe that's page 7. Page 7.
Okay. And the work. I mean, Flavio, man, you've seen, if you get past Stellar Odyssey #1, you've seen Flavio's work before, and the things he's doing in this Dragonfly book are like, there's something about his work that just really kind of gets me every time I see it. He's so damn good, and we're lucky to have him.
Yeah, yeah. Here's
the cover, by the way, for Dragonfly.
Yeah, Flavio's been great to work with.
Yeah, he's an easygoing guy, family man, really nice dude. I like him a lot. I'm glad, and plus he's done some great work for Operation Eclipse as well.
He does some nice pinups.
Yeah, I mean, he's done 2 pinups of Eclipse. He did the one of the villains or the rogues or whatever you want to call them. He does good stuff. I'm glad he's a part of the team.
Definitely.
Yeah. But anyway, you want to talk a little bit about Dragonfly? We're not going to keep you guys too long. We're not buckling in for 2 hours or anything. probably about a half hour or so, I'd say. So again, if you want to comment, please do.
Yeah, if you have any questions about Dragonfly, let me know. So let's see, where should I start? So Dragonfly originally appeared in the first comic book that I was a part of that got published, which was Transgenesis, which is after a couple years of kind of some redevelopment, we rebranded it as Anomalistic. You may have seen the logo or some of the artwork we've shared. So he was in Anomalistic, and when we first started Unparalleled, wasn't sure if I was going to continue with Anomalistic or not. And but Dragonfly was one of the characters that probably got the most attention or was the most talked about or asked about character. So yeah, there you go.
Ooh, gotta take that 2020 off there, but yeah.
Oh,
Dragonfly's right there with everybody.
So yeah, I was like, I pulled him aside and started thinking of his backstory and how he became Dragonfly, what he was up to before the events in Anomalistic, and came up with a cast of characters around him. Came up with some story concepts, which you helped with that because you did. You wrote his origin story, which will actually be issue 5. But yeah, so I got So there's, let's see, what can I say without being too spoilery? So
yeah. I got the spoiler button ready if you're.
So yeah, there's some American Italian mafia that's involved, and they own a jazz. Well, it's a nightclub, and it's kind of like a modern day speakeasy, kind of like I always when I was thinking about it and developing it, I kept thinking about Harlem Nights, the movie, and so I was like, it's kind of like that. And then I guess kind of on Luke Cage, the nightclub that they had. It's kind of similar like that. But I want it like an old school, like 50s, 60s jazz club vibe to it. There's illegal activities that go on in there. There's a back room with gambling. There's a separate jazz club where the main singer, Kana, I guess Kana Docena, I guess that's how it's pronounced her name. That's how I've been pronouncing it. She sings jazz there, and in issue 1 of Dragonfly, she has a chance encounter with Dominic Lombardi, who's actually Dragonfly. And there are some events in the streets of Baltimore there where they kind of connect and have a shared event, which they end up finding out that they actually live in the same building, same apartment building. And she invites Dominic to the club to have a couple drinks and watch her perform. And then he notices the name of the club she works at is owned by those gangsters who are also the gangsters that are responsible for the death of his father. So there's a little dynamic going on there between the gangsters and Kana and Dominic. But there's motorcycle gangs, there's American Italian mafia, there's going to be some bigger higher level villain later on in the series, and then Dragonfly. So that's the gist of it. His armor, Dragonfly did steal the armor from a military ops group, which is also after him. So that's another antagonist that's in the series, is the owl. What is it? The owl unit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so he's got a bunch of adversaries and antagonists in this book, and one possible love interest, and just him by himself with his suit of armor and gadgets to try to make everything right, save Baltimore.
Yep, save Baltimore. That's the town that we decided on. Did you have a town before that?
No, I I did not have one in mind till that night that we.
Here's a question for you.
Dragonfly will it's going to launch on Kickstarter February 2nd, and then it'll be if you don't get it through the Kickstarter, it will be available in print probably April, May. By May. But
Yeah.
you can get it sooner if you back the Kickstarter, and then there'll be a bunch of other reward options that you can get through the Kickstarter that won't be available otherwise.
Pin-ups and trading cards.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, Operation Eclipse will come out shortly before that, and then hopefully not shortly, but it'll be before that, and then Dragonfly will come right around the corner, because we've got a lot we want to do this year. And Dragonfly is kicking off 2021 as far as the comics we want to release.
Hopefully it kicks it off with a bang too.
Bangity bang. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, no problem.
Brad, have you backed one of our Kickstarters before? Just curious. Maybe I shouldn't ask that. We've had what have we done? We've done 4. We've done Stellar Odyssey
1 and 2, Operation Eclipse 1 and 2.
Yeah. So it's time to breathe life into the new character, Dragonfly. Hopefully we'll get to Anomalistic soon too, because that's a pretty cool book.
Yeah,
you'll get to see a bunch of heroes working together. Yes, she has. Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Nice. Thank you.
We really do. And hopefully, whatever you've backed, you've read and enjoy, or will enjoy whenever you get it. What'd you think? Be honest. I wrote it. Anyway, yeah, so we're really excited. Hey, this is Dragonfly. I should have changed the color to green for the display. Let's try that. Yay!
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited. I'm excited. I keep seeing these pages come in, and again, Jay dropped one today. Was it on the Dragonfly has a Facebook page, so you can check out. So you must have gotten 1 and 2 in the Kickstarter. Yeah, 2's on its way. It's currently being drawn by our artist Roy, and he's getting it done. As soon as it's done, it's going straight to the printer, which shouldn't be too much longer. I'm excited. Because I wrote it, and it's one of the best feelings is seeing something that you created come to life. Matter of fact, I have number 1 sitting here. Always, this is the cover Jay drew, illustrated.
Illustrated.
Yeah, and, it's always fun to see your stuff come to life and see all the interior work that's been done to it. I don't know what we're sticking to it. So all of our books, man, I've heard nothing but praise on the art on all of our books. We try to get very good illustrators to do the interior work on our. Jay especially has a very high standard for art. But I don't have the keen eye that you do. Honestly, when I show you something, you're like, "Oh no, that's not really." I'm like, "What's wrong with it?" And then you pull out your pointer, like, well, let me show you right here.
Let me show you something.
Like there was an image from our old company that you showed me. I was like, oh, I think it looks good. He's like, hold on, let me flip the image, and the arm looks like it's like way longer than it should be, and I wouldn't notice that. Just my And it's funny because I notice things now, even with pro books that are kind of not good. I'm like, oh, that looks bad.
Right.
Thanks, Jay, for ruining comics for me. No.
Sometimes the deadline overrides the quality.
Yeah, which I'm sure with some of the bigger people that does happen.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other questions about the upcoming Dragonfly? Please drop them, and Jay is here to answer. If you have questions about any of our other titles, Operation Eclipse or Stellar Odyssey, or even Anomalistic, which was Transgenesis, which I know we had a lot. You had a lot of backers for that when that launched a few years ago.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah, I am too. It's like we were talking about earlier, we got a busy schedule, and it's going to be hard to squeeze it in this year. But the Dragonfly story takes place prior to the events in that, so it just made sense to push Dragonfly out first.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. What the hell? So I'm waiting on a package. It's supposed to be here by 10.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, not just that. I mean, I like when you and Dave started Transgenesis, it was the end is near, and
Oh yeah,
when we all got together, I'm like, well, where did this character come from? I mean, that's how I am with anything. Is where is this character coming from? And like you said earlier, the Dragonfly character is definitely one that kind of pops off the page. Probably more so, no offense to any of the other characters, because they are all interesting, but it more so than any of the other characters to me, it popped off the page. I wanted to know more, and I I took the like I jumped at the opportunity to write that original first issue, which is going to be 5 now, kind of an origin story.
yeah.
Because he is a really really cool looking character, very dynamic, very. What kind of inspiration did you get for creating Dragonfly?
So initially, when Dave and I were creating our Transgenesis, we were coming up with the cast of characters, and so it originated. First, it was Dave had written a story that he wanted to pitch to DC Comics,
Right.
and then after several people looked at it and gave Dave feedback, they were like, "What you should do is keep your basic storyline." But change all the characters from DC characters and plug in original characters. Come up with original characters of your own to plug into the place of these DC characters and just make everything original and your own. Mm-hmm. So we worked for like 2 years on developing all the different characters because we had we had a team of I think there was gonna be 8 characters total on the team originally. So we came up with their power sets, their personalities, names, costume designs, everything, their backstory. So we worked on it for like 2 years. But yeah, for Dragonfly, pretty much Dave told me he wanted a armored character. I want an armored character that can fly. Mm-hmm. Is what was the prompt he gave me. So I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, well, what's without not trying to be like Iron Man and War Machine, right, and trying to be a little bit more original than that, but something that would give a character a reason to have an armored suit and still make sense that he flies. And then and I think we had a Blue Beetle character in the original story, so I was like, okay, well, Iron Man, Blue Beetle, and I guess kind of a little bit of Spider-Man for his his basic design look. But then the person in the suit, my mom's side of the family is American Italian, so I went with and that's the side I was always closest to in my family, was my mom's side. So I wanted to keep it related to myself and make it personal, so I went with the American Italian background for Dominic. Picked Dominic because my cousin's name is Dominic. Few years, I guess it's been about 6 years, about 6 or 7 years ago, I researched our family tree and went all the way back to like the 1700s and the village that we came from in Italy. And we had Lombardis were on our family tree. So I was picking from surnames that were in our family tree, and I picked Dominic Lombardi. So went with that. But then the background, the part with his dad being an alcoholic and a gambler, that's not related to me at all. That was just a device that I came up with to have a connection why Dominic would want revenge against these mafia guys.
Yeah. That's a good reason.
Yeah. Alcohol, gambling, he gambled all their money away at the Soldano's cellar in the gambling room.
That's the same place that your
the jazz singer sings at?
Yeah, is that right?
That is, yep, that's correct. Okay. So the main mafia guy, Atano, he owns the club, but since he has criminal background, he's like a silent partner. He's really the owner, but he has a front man, and that is Vincent Soldano, which the club is named after his last name, Soldano. But yeah, so he owed Atano tons of money, couldn't pay him back, tried to avoid him.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, and then eventually Tano sent some thugs after him and took care of him and put an end to Riccardo Lombardi, which was Dominic's father. And at the time, Dominic was a teen. He was in his late teens, working his way through high school, trying to get into college. So he pretty much, of course, cliche, vowed revenge on the mafia, the mob that killed his dad, and swore that one day he would find the right tools to take him down. And so that's pretty much where we are right now, and the beginning of issue 1. So looks like we got 5 people watching. Anybody have any comments or questions or? So yeah, this book has been in the making for quite some time. Brian Hawkins is the writer who, if you don't know who he is, he's been really busy lately. He's got tons of projects out there. He's got stuff for Scout Comics, Black Cotton. He's got his own Pendulum Heart label. He's got stuff coming out on there. I'm not sure if he's still an editor over at Mad Cave Studios or not, but just broke out with a story with Zenoscope. So yeah, he's a busy guy. He does really good writing. I like his style. He's written the first 3 books are already completely written, and we're working on the script for issue number 4, and then issue 5 will be Ray's origin story, which will cap off the whole 5-part series.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
One of my kids was opening the front door in the middle of the night.
Oh,
there you go. Just ordered copies of Transgenus. Oh, awesome, man! Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Did you get issues 1 and 2 of Stellar Odyssey, or just is issue 2 available to buy?
I haven't put that up yet. That's okay. I've been meaning to get that up there, but been so busy with so many different things here lately. It's kind of slipped my mind. So yeah, I need to get that. I was also wanting to make sure that all the people that backed the Kickstarters got their copies before I put it up. But so yeah, Stellar Odyssey 2 should be going up on the website here pretty soon.
Yeah, well, Brad, we totally appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for supporting us. There's a lot of good stuff coming, as Jay's been saying for the last few minutes. I can't wait, man. There's the first year. Well, we left a certain company in 2018 and kind of lie in the weeds, trying to plan everything out, figure out where we wanted to go. And then 2019, we started with Stellar Odyssey number 1. And then with everything that happened at the beginning of the year last year, we kind of weren't sure. And almost half the year went by before we decided to go ahead and do a Kickstarter.
Right.
And how many we did 3 last year, right?
Yeah. Squeeze 3 in the
we're only getting started. Yeah, we did 3. Yeah, and they all were successful, which is a great. Actually, all 4 of our Kickstarters have been successful so far.
Yeah,
haven't had one fail yet, which is a great thing. It's momentum.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on your head.
Yeah,
I got wood right here. But anyway, yeah. So Dragonfly, February 2nd. Look forward to that. Please share if you can. Unparalleled Comics Facebook. Go ahead and hit up our. We've got just about everything. We've got Instagram. We've got the YouTube. Oh, where did the thing go? The banner disappeared.
The overlay. Yeah, what happened to the overlay?
Where did it go? Yeah, but still, it just there. I don't know why it went away. But anyway, yeah. I mean, we've got just about everything. We'd like to get more subscribers as we do more live shows on the YouTube channel here and the Facebook, and spread the good word. We want to get more people to check out our stuff because we think we have some. We're onto something, Jay, aren't we?
I think so. Yeah. I feel it.
And we definitely love feedback as well. So if you read something, let us know what you think. We'd love to know. If you liked Operation Eclipse, if you like Stellar Odyssey,
if you didn't like it.
What's that?
I said if you didn't like it.
Yeah. If you didn't like us, let us know. That's
take
fine.
some constructive criticism and help us help us get better.
And we did find somebody who wasn't into Stellar Odyssey #1. And Stellar Odyssey #1, especially Brad, since you're watching, it's kind of almost like an anthology. It's 4 different stories and broken up into 6 pages apiece to try to introduce people to the world, because Stellar Odyssey is going to be broken up into 3 different titles total at some point.
Yeah.
There's the Vagabond Blues. There's the main title, Stellar Odyssey, which will be just an array of characters, where Vagabond Blues is going to follow a certain set of characters, and then Knights of Bellaterra, which will follow other characters as well. So eventually, Stellar Odyssey is going to be pretty darn big.
Yeah.
So,
and issue 1, should we mention the editor's cut at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, may as well. Issue 1 of Stellar Odyssey, like I said, is broken up so we had another idea. Go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, after we got some constructive criticism about issue 1, a lot of people seem to be confused about the. I guess we didn't call it an anthology, or we weren't sure if we should, because it actually all the characters are connected and it all takes place in the same galaxy. Yeah. So down the line, so when you read issue 1 the way it is right now, it seems okay. The first 2 stories are definitely connected. The first 2 stories, the first story jumps right into the second story, so those 2 are connected. And then there's 2 stories that come after that, and each story is 6 pages. The 2 stories that come after that may seem like they're not connected when you only have issue 1 in front of you. Mm-hmm. So what we've done is, the 4th story is going to be striked from our canon anyways. The guy that wrote that is no longer with us. He's not going to continue on with the company or with Stellar Odyssey. So those 6 pages are struck from canon, and they won't be in the reprints. The 3rd story is the prelude to issues 2, 3, and 4. So it is connected to the whole universe. But what we're going to do now for issue 1, we're going to make an editor's cut, which because a lot of people complain that the first story, they never saw those characters again. So they felt like they didn't get any kind of resolution, or they weren't left with a proper cliffhanger for those characters in the first story. So we're going to take those first 2 stories, double their page count essentially, and make them into one cohesive story that will also make sense going from the end of that issue into issue 2. You'll be able to see how they link together. So the editor's cut will fix that. So if you got the original one, or you get it now, we only got I think there's only 35 copies left.
Oh my God, really? That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
So once those are gone, that is the last time you'll see that version of issue 1.
Yeah. So this one that's on the screen, that's it. After they're sold through, they're done. Yeah. And this, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, we're the best ever or anything like that, but this is it. This is going to be a collector's item for anybody who likes collecting comics, because everything moving forward will be printed differently. And I think, are we going to use this cover, or are we doing a different cover?
I don't know. I've thought about it. We might as well do a different cover.
I agree. I love this cover. Yeah. I do. But moving to a different cover, it makes a lot of sense to me.
And we can still keep in the Drew Struzan influence on that main cover. But oh, nice.
Which are you talking about, Dragonfly, or is he talking about Stellar Odyssey?
I'm not sure. I don't have the chat pulled up.
Well, it's just that it's from 3 minutes ago. I don't know.
Oh,
Dragonfly. All of our characters look badass. Let's face it. Dragonfly, yes, he's correct.
Cool.
He's 100%. Yeah, look at that, badass. And that's issue 1. Should I show off the variant?
Yeah, show off the variant.
Which is kind of behind us, but right? But
yeah. A lot of people are familiar with Stan Yak. He's a pretty popular indie artist. He's really good. I mean, he's.
I'm telling you,
as far as indie artists go, he's at the tops in my opinion. He probably should be more than just an indie guy. Is it not in the Dropbox?
No, I don't have the I don't know if the one with the text is in
the
there,
text.
but this is going to be
the image.
Yeah, that's the image that's behind us actually, for Dragonfly #1, the variant, which I love this. Both of them are really pretty great. But yeah, Staniak does. Well, like I said, we really strive for finding people that just put out really good work. If you get Stellar Odyssey #2 and look at some of the interior work in there from Elton Tomasi, whoo, there's one image that he just did recently for #3.
For 3, man,
it's like a city, and the depth that you see in that image is like, wow.
There's like 2 or 3 pages that are like that. I mean, all the pages he's done for issue 3 are even. He's outdone himself from what he did in issue 2. Issue 3, he's outdone himself. But as far as that page you're talking about, there's a few other pages that are just as detailed and intricate like that, where you just like feel like you can just like stare into it and study it for quite a length of time.
It was in a different location.
Okay, I just dropped it in there just now.
Yeah, it's in. Did you just put it in there?
Yeah, the cover.
Yeah, the variant cover.
Yeah.
There it is. So cool. Yeah, just my computer just told me you dropped 2 files. But the one thing that Jay released today that I thought was amazing was the inside front cover.
Oh, and that's in there too, I think.
Yeah, there it is. Wow, that blew me away. Jay, like the design work that he does, like inside front covers. Some people don't even pay attention to. I do.
Yeah.
And we talked about it way back when we started all this. What should we do for the inside front covers for some of these? And Stellar Odyssey, you did the planets, because they're all going to take place different planets, which I think is really cool. We did a whole layout. Jay did a whole layout of the solar system.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the inside front covers are here. For this one, you still got to add your name somewhere on here. I'm telling you.
I got it.
I see down there
on the right. Yeah, but I'm still gonna play around with the bottom half of the layout there. I think the top part's pretty set. The background is set. I like what I got going on in the background. But yeah, I've been having fun with these inside front covers.
This one blew me away.
Like when we first started, we were talking about overall design package for the books and looking at other companies, and Vault Comics was a company that I really studied hard. I really dig the way they package their comics up and the graphic layouts they do, from the front cover designs, which I think they still do, or they're basically a double gate cover. They got it designed to where when it's closed, the front cover stands on its own, but you can flip it open and the back cover actually is connected to the front cover.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost like a double page spread, but then they do really cool inside front cover on the credits page. They do some cool designs, and each title has a different layout and design aesthetics. So
what else have you two done? Both of your names are familiar. Have you worked with other companies? I've done, well, we both were with Apogee Comics, and we left Apogee Comics back in 2018. I wrote the Crimson Guardians, which is now the Crimson Paladin, and I did the first issue of Fanhawk, and well, actually, I wrote the first 4 issues, and then there's an original run of it. Mine's the second run, and then Jay was a part of the company too. We just decided to go out and do our own thing. That's pretty much it.
It's one of more. We had different ideas of the directions that we wanted to go, and so we wanted more overall control with the creative direction that our books were going. So we struck out on our own.
Yeah, and nothing against what they're doing over there. It was just a little bit different. I still have books coming out over there, like the Crimson Paladin. I gotta get used to saying that. Because the reason they changed the name is because Apogee signed a deal, some kind of weird deal with Starcross Comics, which I know nothing about. And apparently, the Crimson Guardian book is they had to change the name because they have something else with Guardian in the title, which to me is kind of dumb. But whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you like the Crimson Guardians? Because I wrote that, and it was illustrated by the president of Apogee, and he just released the cover of issue 2 the other day, and I guess he's going to Kickstarter with that. It's out of my hands now because he's got the script. So I liked it. The one thing about that book is dedicated to my wife who passed away. So I'll always, and plus it's my first ever printed comic, so that'll always be with me. But I'm really looking forward to what we're doing here, though. There's, like I said, like Jay said, we've got more freedom to do what we want here. We're doing weird stuff in a way. We are. I mean, and that's we said. I think I said that before. I want to get weird with some stuff, and
yeah.
And especially when we get to anomalistic, it's going to get weird for sure.
Yeah, anomalistic is going to break off, and and I think our books, well, especially maybe more so with Dragonfly so far, but they do. I mean, they got some cliches, some superhero cliches, and with Stellar Odyssey, some sci-fi stuff, but they are different, and the execution of them are different, and that was another reason with Dragonfly why I wanted to really go into depth and create some real unique atmosphere with the Celdano Cellar and the Jazz Club, and bring up that whole 40s and 50s jazz era vibe with, and kind of soak into that and give it a different edge. And this one, it also kind of leans heavy on the relationship that Dominic may or may not have with the singer, Kana. And I think there's some real cool dynamics that are going to play out between all the different characters in that cast too, and being more street level. I mean, there will be, I don't know, I guess I can say this, after this 4-part series, and then after the 5th issue, which is his origin story, it will continue in another 4-parter that is going to get weird. Like if you know anything about like string theory or quantum mechanics and pocket dimensions, other realities, Dragonfly, we're going to get into that direction. There's a lot of events that happen in the part 1, in the realizing who you are, the 4-parter. It's going to lead, stuff that happens in this is going to lead into he's not really like your typical villain. He's going to be our big bad guy, and he doesn't really have powers, but he is a quantum physics weirdo, fanatic.
I created him. I love him.
Yeah. Ray's character, Linus LaQuaid.
Yeah.
And he's trying to put together this quantum device that is going to he's trying to open up doorways into other realities and
dimensions.
Dimensions. So
which is that kind of helps. It's we're leading towards what anomalistic is too.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be fun because we're gonna kind of have the beginning of everything and then the end of everything all out, and then we're just gonna fill in the middle.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you where I got the name Linus LaQuaid from?
I don't think so.
So 2 places. There's a show called How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, okay, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the end of the show, they were at this hotel, and one of the characters got this package. If I don't have a drink in my hand, I want you to put or if this is empty. And the character's name was Linus. I was like, that's a great name, Linus. So she was always, thank you, Linus. And that name kind of stuck with me. But that same night, I was watching Total Recall.
Oh, LaQuaid.
LaQuaid, yeah. I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. And I was like, Linus LaQuaid. It all came together, and I'm like, we got to use that somehow.
Yeah.
So Brad says, I have enjoyed what I have picked up from both Apogee and Starcross. I applaud you for starting your own thing. Thank you very much, man.
Nice.
Nothing against Apogee one bit or Starcross. I've read one thing from Starcross, and I think it's hybrids, but they're not with Starcross anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. They left.
Sloan's book, yeah.
And then I've read Frontera.
Oh, Frontera too, yeah.
AJ Kincaid, but I think when I read it before he joined with Starcross.
Me too. So because we both backed the first Kickstarter, because we don't only do Kickstarter, we back the hell out of Kickstarters. Like seriously, we've got, not just because we've got friends doing it, but there's a lot of great books out there. Like I just got my latest copy of Scurry in.
Oh, did you? Volume 3?
Volume 3, yeah. So.
I've been seeing people share that. I remember when that Kickstarter was running, I didn't have any money to back it. I got to get it. I got 1 and 2, so definitely got to get 3.
I'm sure there's going to be a 4 in that.
And speaking of great indie books on Kickstarter, I'm I can't wait to get a job. So there's so many right now I want to back, and I can't back them right now because I've been unemployed for the last 10 months and still having trouble finding a job here with COVID. But, oh, man. And there's still, like, I keep seeing people promoting for their books that are getting ready to launch that still haven't launched yet. So, I mean, last year seemed packed full of. It's
going to be even more packed this year.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to throw out some recommendations, Brad, if you haven't back Omni. My buddy James Sims, he's in the hospital currently.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's I can't really share what happened to him, but he's last I checked, 550 from the goal. It's I don't want to say Superman, but he's a Superman type character. He flies around, super strength and all that. And James is a hell of a great guy. He drew some stuff for me for Eclipse without even me asking for it.
Yeah, some fan art.
Yeah, some fan art, and it turns out to be some of my favorite art too. But Omni, OMNI on Kickstarter, definitely worth checking out. And another buddy of mine, Justin Cristelli, the Red Knight, number 5. So you can get all 5 issues during the Kickstarter run now. So those are 2 to check out for sure. If you say like me and Jay, we've got that Kickstarter addiction. It's just we've got comic addiction, man. It's just like going to any convention and we've got the crack sweats going when we start seeing all the deals on good comics and trade paperbacks. I know the feel. I've got 3, and then my buddy John Rhodes is Fat Girl number 2. And that's not derogatory. It's she wears it as like a badge of honor. But those are the 3 I've backed so far in 2021. There's a lot of great ones coming. And while we're here, we may as well tell them we're planning on Stellar Odyssey number 3 sometime in April. May, on my birthday, we're launching Operation Eclipse number 3, which, you know what's funny about that? I didn't even think about it. You know what my favorite number is? 3.
3.
And it's going to be launched on my birthday. How cool is that?
That's cool.
That makes me very happy.
That works out.
Yeah, so, and then maybe Dragonfly 2. I'm not 100% sure where we're going on that. And then I'm trying to get Operation Eclipse number 5 out this year, I think. That's my big goal for the year. You've back, so you know John.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then let's see. Red Knight. So did you get 5? Oh, well, he's republishing it through his own company, because I think he was with like some other company. I'm not sure. Yeah, John's a great dude. If you like John Rhodes, I wrote a story for him that's coming out called The Last Owling. Me and John are pretty tight. He did a pinup for Operation Eclipse. I don't know if you saw that or not. And Jay did the inks for it. I'm going to pull it up and just give me 1 second.
That piece turned out awesome.
It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I told John I'm going to get him a 11 by 17 pinup for it for doing this, because he didn't have to. I'll probably have to give one to Jay too. No, he's got the original. Let me see here. This one is so pretty. Rhodes is a good dude too. I like Rhodes. He did this for me. Just how beautiful is that? And Jay did the inks on it, and we sent it along to our good friend Avery to do the colors. And Avery has never disappointed me with colors, not even a little bit, ever.
No.
Yep. So yeah, we I don't know if how well John's known, but he's known for doing a lot of booby comics. Nothing wrong with that one bit, because I told him, I was like, I'll turn to the dark side a little bit. No.
Sex sells.
It does. I mean, we were talking about the last Owling the other day, and he's like, "It's like, can I do a couple nude variant covers?" He's like, "It'll make a lot of money." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." So, yeah, please check out Omni. My guy James, he's in the hospital, depressed, and it's going to be good. So you have like All or Nothing Man, pretty much all 5 issues. Brad, you sound like my kind of guy. Appreciate all the support. I'm sure Rhodes does too. Definitely appreciate you picking up Stellar Odyssey #1 and Transgenesis. So you basically got today coming to you, shipped directly from the closet behind Jay. You'll be getting 2 comics that are never getting printed again. So collector's items, if you will. Because Transgenesis is going to be re-inked, recolored, and there's a couple of couple of pages I rewrote and some dialogue I rewrote it'll all be different by time.
Few of the pages are going to have some different panels. There's going to be a few pages that are going to be completely different. The inks, be new inks, new colors, probably some dialogue changes. So the lettering is going to be new. It's going to be almost a new book.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that one, and I really almost have nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So, well, you're right. You're writing the new issues, though.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I did. I wrote issue 2 and 3 already.
And we're getting into the paranormal. So if you like paranormal, modern day myths, unexplained type of stuff, urban legends, that's the kind of stuff this team's going to be investigating and having to deal with. So
relics. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm doing, I guess, 2 through 5. I think is what we talked about.
Yeah,
maybe beyond that. I don't know. And look at that, we've made it almost an hour.
Oh wow!
Anyway,
Linus LaQuaid pops up in Anomalistic as well.
Yep, he plays kind of a big role in that. I said too much. Shut me up. I'm becoming Tom Holland. So, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
I think we said quite a bit. We've gone on for a while, and we still got this Wednesday. We'll be joined by Brian Hawkins, so we'll be doing a lot more in-depth talk about Dragonflies. So don't forget about that. Next Wednesday, what is that? The 27th, 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central. We'll be streaming again, and we'll have Brian Hawkins with us. So that'll be good. That'll be a good time.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Brian. He's a great guy, great writer, and editor, actually. I'm looking forward to that. And thank you, Brad, for tuning in. And thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Tell your friends.
Yeah, thanks. I'll get those books out to, let's see. Well, today was Saturday. I'll get them out Monday.
And you'll get them, and you'll read them, and you'll love them. I hope.
Yeah.
Anyway, so don't forget Wednesday. What did we say time?
8:00. What? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central.
Yeah. And Brian Hawkins, myself, and Jay Sloan will have a good old time talking some Dragonfly. And don't forget February 2nd, you can go follow Unparalleled Comics or Jay on Kickstarter. Yeah, because we've got a lot of stuff going on.
The Kickstarter is still in review. I think it's by Tuesday at the latest. We're supposed to get the answer from them. So we'll have the pre-launch page where you can sign up to get notified as soon as it launches. So we'll be putting those links out there as soon as we get that.
Yep. It's going to be great. Thanks again for watching. Thanks to everyone for the support, and we'll see you guys on Wednesday for sure. Have a good evening.